All right, it now being 5 o'clock, it is May 14th, 2025 at 5 PM, Meeting Room 4, in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20B. We are opening up the North Carver Water District meeting, and as always, Area 58 is here, video recording for us right now. We're going to go right into number 2, discussion and vote on hiring distribution operator per DEP consent order. To enter into negotiations with James Mullen Jr., distribution 4D OIT number 7609, 3D full 22936, and treatment 4T OIT 6636, and 3T full 26398. All right, that being said, I want to introduce James Mullins. He's here with us right now. So before we start right now with that, did you have any questions? Did you talk to Middleborough?
So Middleborough's not interested in doing the distribution operator
Correct.
at this time.
Yep.
They are doing all the treatment testing because it's their water.
Yeah.
So whatever the outcome is, you're gonna have to work with Middleborough too.
Right.
So I don't know where that goes.
Yeah. So we will still have to do water testing on our end.
Right.
From anywhere from the Middleborough to Carver Town line in, we'll have to do the water testing there. Anything having to do with water lines will have to be on us. That we need to do cross connection, service line inventory. We have to do an asbestos and concrete pipe inventory to find out if we have those. So everything within the order that we got from DEP, even though we're contesting it in court, we're still going to comply with everything because that's what we need to do. We have to come in compliance with it. So that being said, could you introduce yourself, James, to the board? Actually, one second. My name's Robert Belvin. I'm the chairman of the North Carver Water District. We've already met. This is Eric Mueller, one of the commissioners. And this is Kim Shea, our newest member. And you are, sir?
My name is Jim Mullins Jr. I was currently retired from the Commonwealth of Mass. I worked at the prison in Bridgewater, and it's actually very similar. It was a consecutive water system off of Taunton. So it's pretty much going to be the same kind of deal. I'm very familiar with doing that stuff. I used to have my backflow license, but I got rid of that because there wasn't enough. And I do have somebody that will do the cross connections for us. I live in Middleborough, so from North Carver Water District is probably 10, 12 minutes from my house, so any problems, I'll be able to respond very timely.
Excellent. So I got off the phone with our insurance carrier, and they only cover us. They won't cover you. You'll be a subcontractor for us. So I know we had talked before about liability insurance, and what they had suggested was to make sure that you have automobile insurance, because if you're driving for us, that you have that. Liability insurance. With that, I know you had asked us to cover that for you. I don't know what the price of that is, if you have.
I got a price on it, so.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, they go by how much you make.
Okay.
So just to start out, I had put 50,000, and it was in the neighborhood of 5,000 a year.
All right.
I don't know what you're gonna require. How much liability? Do you know? That was for $1 million?
Yeah. I don't think we'll need that much, to be totally honest, for what we're doing.
I think that's the base.
I think that's sufficient, yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's the base.
Yeah,
Probably.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what I'm assuming.
yeah. So, that being said, I'll entertain a motion from the board that we go into negotiations to discuss the scope of the job, which basically will be the consent order, and to make sure that we come into compliance with DEP. How much what his rate will be, how many hours. Do you guys have any suggestions on either one of those?
For what, hours?
Hours and
I mean, it's hard to say. I met with Middleborough Water this week. I was going over the rates, but I had talked to them about the distribution. But anytime, even on this side, where their water is actually over here, they're gonna probably wanna be with you, or, I don't know how that's gonna work. I couldn't get that answer out of them when I was there,
Right.
because it's their product, and I know it's our pipes,
Right.
and it's on our property, so I don't know what that is, but you're a resident, so maybe you know somebody over there. So
Yeah.
that might.
So-
I don't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, so,
I don't know what the time, like, they might,
All right,
he might call and say,
so-
I wanna do a backflow test, and they might wanna be out
Right.
there.
so that's one of the things that you will have to work with. You have to work with the town of Middleborough. You have to work with the town, us here, and me being the chairman, for any issues. You'll have to work with our town, Jill up in our permitting office there for the Board of Health. She has some of the information. The problem is a lot of the information we don't have, so you'll have to get in touch with small water systems, because the record keeping is not where it should be. I went looking for old records and they don't have them in the plant. I mean, we have old stuff, but I don't know what small water systems did with that. So it is gonna take some investigation work for you too to do this, this project. So I know we had talked in between 10 to 20 hours a week. And I think that would work for us, to get us over the hump. And one of the other things is we'd have to do a time frame of 1-year contract with an extension possibility. And I know I told you this, but we did, town meeting approve that the Board of Selectmen could take it over if the state legislature approves that legislation. I hope they don't, but if they do, then the board will end up switching over from us to the Board of Selectmen, but any contracts that we hold will be transferred over, so they'll still have to comply with the contract that we have. And then one of the other things that we do have is we have to hire an engineering company to comply with this order too. So they may ask for information too, when they start investigating what they need to do for it. So they may be coming to you too. Otherwise, you work for us, and I know we had also talked price range, $100 to $120, $130, sorry, $130 in that the person that you have for cross contamination, cross connections, that's also in the order too, that we have someone signed off that they do them. And what was the other thing? We have to have installation of water meters and readers put in for that. So we'll need assistance with that. So,
And the reason we had talked 10 hours to start,
right,
that I changed to 20 is because I was reading the consent order, and they have a lot of things they want done within 60 days.
correct,
5 or 6 other things.
right.
So, you know, I don't know how you want to work it out, but if I do 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, you're not getting anything done.
Right,
So I would rather do the 20 if it's okay with you. And then if we get caught up on things and we want to change it, we can sit down and talk about it.
okay,
I'm not
All right.
a seller. You know, I'm not gonna say, hey, I told you 20, we're gonna do 20 all the time. If we get caught up, I don't have a problem backing it down to whatever we feel we need to do.
okay.
As far as engineer, do you have an engineer?
Not yet. I just sent out another consent order to them to take a look at it, and they're supposed to be getting back to me next week
The engineer or-
for the engineering company to find out, because we haven't voted on that yet.
May I ask who you?
I don't want to say right now, due to the fact that I don't want the town
Okay,
coming out and
okay.
making phone calls or whatnot, so, but it's someone who does water.
Okay.
That's their only thing that they really go on, water and sewer. So, that being said, I'll entertain a motion to go into contract negotiations with James and for our distribution operator position.
Make that motion.
Have a
I
motion?
second.
Second. Okay, discussion?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later on tonight if you want to, or tomorrow, or whatever is comfortable for you.
Yeah, just going to work the race car tonight, so.
Okay, all right, no, so go, you can go and, I'll call you tomorrow, we'll talk and get that resolved.
Tomorrow, I'm going to be pretty busy.
Okay,
I got to meet the engineer for this other job at 9 and wedding rehearsal,
all right, that's right.
so I'm getting mad.
Do you want to wait till?
Are
do
you getting
Okay,
married?
all right, so,
So if you want to call me later on tonight.
I'll call you later on tonight and we'll discuss it, okay?
Okay.
Excellent,
So you're all
thank
set with
you.
me then?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Thank you very much, I
Thank you.
appreciate
Appreciate your
it.
time.
Good luck working with you.
Thanks.
All right, next one, budget update. I had a meeting with our finance director, and we went over what we have for budget items right now, what needs to be done by the end of the fiscal year, and then what's going to carry over. If we paid everything out the way we want to, then we have to, we could be in the hole, about $40,000 for this fiscal year. I don't think we're going to be. I think we're going to be tight, but the big thing is that we have to pay for those water meters and readers.
And
We
I
need-
have that quote, so I can submit that for next week. next
Okay,
meeting.
for our next meeting, excellent. And then our next meeting, when do you guys want to meet? Do you want to meet on the 28th or June 4th, 11th?
Those are Wednesdays, correct? Are those Wednesdays?
Yeah,
The only Wednesday I'm not available is next week.
okay.
so
Well,
whatever
I have a
works
meeting
out
next
for
week
your
too, so that's
schedules.
even better for me.
I'll be out of state, so,
Oh.
the 28th works good, though, of
Okay.
May.
28th, okay.
Will that be all right for our budget for Sue and all that? Did we meet earlier this month, and then this, with 3 times in a month, and then we're gonna have a meeting next month? Do you wanna go to the 4th?
We can go to the 4th, that's fine.
'Cause you-
Is that
you
all
wanna-
right?
You probably wanna have one in June, I'm sure, right? Well, no, actually, if we get going.
Well, if
on
we do the
28th
28th, I can give an update on
Yes.
this, and
Yeah, we'll
then
just
we
do
can
that.
go through everything else with our budget
And
again,
then we can make something at the
keep
end of June.
tracking, and then something else by the end of the fiscal year.
Yeah, we'll do that then,
In June. So the 28th
28th.
at 5. Do you want to do 5:30? Would that be better for you, or?
5 works fine for me.
Okay. All right, our next meeting will be the 28th at 5 PM. Here. All right. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
I will second.
Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we're good.
Perfect.
Short, sweet, to the point. Thank you guys very much. I didn't even need my glasses today. And I brought them.
It's the first time you've ever
I
been on, I
know.
think.